Hi there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be talking about Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. Samsung's mid-range is renewed for another year, and this time it does so leaving several elements along the way. One of them is the 3.5mm mini jack port and, on the other hand, connectivity limited to 4G. These new models are well updated and loaded with technology for those who do not want to spend the money on a premium phone, but want many of its features. So comes the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, a mobile that can boast a 120 Hz Super AMOLED screen, 64-megapixel main camera with many additions and improvements, and up to 5000 mAh battery. Here we tell you about all its technical features and novelties. The first thing that catches the attention of the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G is its finish. Of course, it is polycarbonate, but well worked to avoid fingerprints, and with a very colorful appearance. Partly because it plays with silver frames brighter than the rest of the body, and partly because of the colors chosen for this family: black, white, blue, and peach. All very pastel, very simple, very elegant, and quite colorful. Perhaps not as groundbreaking and youthful as the proposals of other manufacturers for this price sector and target audience, presumably young, but with good construction. In other words, it is plastic but it looks quality. It also has Corning Gorilla Glass 5 to protect the screen from cracks and scratches in case of falls, and its IP67 certification to resist water and dust. Another interesting point of the design lies in the camera module, which rises above the rest of the rear casing as a plateau without jumps or edges. It makes it more eye-catching and identifiable. And is that, despite not having a separate module, it is still clear that it is a Samsung mobile. The only pity will be to cover this case with a protective cover, although Samsung has presented cases with pastel colors to save the process. However, there is no 3.5mm mini jack port for headphones. On the sides, we will only find the volume and power buttons, and the speakers and the USB Type-C port, in addition to the SIM tray. But Samsung forces us to change the headphone system in this generation. Of course, we will also have to buy the power adapter. A plus point is that, in addition to the recycled cardboard box in which this Samsung Galaxy A53 5G arrives, the mobile also has recycled parts inside. So Samsung maintains its commitment to be increasingly green and leave less of a footprint on the planet. Inside the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, you will find the Exynos 1280 processor, which boosts efficiency by being built in 5nm. But it also has solvency to help in extra issues such as artificial intelligence that learns user patterns to improve battery consumption, or to carry all kinds of photographic techniques and get results with higher quality when you take a photo or video, or when you apply all kinds of effects and filters. In this Galaxy A53 5G, there are two models depending on the RAM and storage capacity. One that adds 6GB of RAM, plus 128GB of memory, and another one a step above that reaches 8GB of RAM and 256GB of capacity. Of course, if you think it is not enough memory, you can expand it up to 1TB thanks to microSD cards. Samsung continues to boast about its panels, and does so in this case with a 6.5-inch Super AMOLED in Full HD Plus resolution. Its format is panoramic, although what attracts most is its 120 Hz refresh rate, like the most advanced mobiles. Also, its brightness promises that we see the contents with quality even in broad daylight. In this case, unlike the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, the panel is perforated. It is an Infinity-O panel, with a hole to house the camera for selfies, instead of having an island that does not take advantage of the entire panel. That peculiar and eye-catching disguised camera module of the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G arrives with no less than 4 sensors. The main one is 64 megapixels with an optical image stabilizer. Very useful for night photos along with other technologies that capture multiple shots and erase noise in night mode. Although related to the processing power, here we must also talk about qualities in digital stabilization and video recording, or optimizing the frame rate or recording rate when the brightness drops to get sharper and more defined images. And they have also inherited from the S22 family functions such as photo remastering or deletion of objects in an image. It is accompanied by a 12-megapixel sensor with a classic wide-angle lens to capture more of the scene, a third 5-megapixel sensor for detail or macro photography, and a fourth 5-megapixel sensor focused on measuring depth, something that helps improve portraits, better identifying the subject to separate it from the scene. Technology that is also applied with the fun mode, with all those filters and effects that are also updated, whether collected from apps like Snapchat or Samsung's own. So it promises to be a smartphone with good qualities for people who want to record in a photo or video everything that surrounds them. Something that we will prove in a future detailed analysis. At the moment, we only know approximate data. The two models of Samsung Galaxy A53 5G arrive in April in the 4 colors mentioned. They will do so for a price starting at $450. Here ends our video on Galaxy A53 5G. We hope you find it very useful. If you have any suggestion, kindly share with us in the comments section. Also, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please click on the notification bell in front of the subscribe button to turn on notification for this channel, so as to notify you when I post new video. Thank you for watching.